Ladies and gentlemen, first, let me just say thank you for 1K subs. It means the world to me, especially all you people that have been supporting me for a long time. You know, it means a lot. But I will have a little giveaway coming out soon, so stay tuned for that. But in this video, we're going to go through my 1K sub movement guide. So hopefully this can help provide some, tips and tricks for y'all. I know a lot of you guys have been asking, how I move around the map. What are some tips and stuff I can give y'all? So we're going to go through that here today. Got a lot of things to go through, so stay tuned. Make sure to watch the whole thing. If this helps you guys in any way, make sure to drop a like, drop a sub. Going for that 2K number now, so let's get into it. Alright, the first thing we're going to get into is how to set up your Cronus. Alright, to start the video off, we're going to go through my settings. There's a few things in here that I highly recommend you use, but also a few things that are very personal preference. I play claw, so with that I use the tactical button layout. This I just run default. This I run at default, disabled. For these two, for dead zone, I run 0 for my left stick, just because for the left stick that's how you sprint, and it's much easier just to have that at the lowest, so you can take off way easier. 0.06 for the right stick. Both of these you can have at default. I run my right stick a little bit lower, but not much. For sensitivity, this is very personal preference. For me, I'm between the 10 to 13 range. I used to run like 20-20, but when I run 12, it's a little bit smoother. So really try out all three. Try super low, like a medium, and then run 20-20. Kind of work your way up if you want to get your sensitivity to be faster. Really, that's personal preference. Try out different sensitivities, see what you like. ADS multiplier, I've seen some people run 0.8, 0.9, 1.2, but around like 1, the default, 0.9, that's where I sit. Again, try that out, see, because that kind of pairs with your sensitivity. Aim response curve type, for sure run dynamic on that. For aim assist, runs standard, so dynamic and standard for both these aim assist settings. Pretty much if you can copy a few of these things. Use and reload behavior, highly recommend switching to contextual tap. Helps a lot with Warzone instead of holding X to open doors. If you're on Xbox, holding X to open doors, you can just tap X. For slide behavior, for sure run tap, because then you just have to, for me it's my right stick to slide, but for a lot of people I know it's B if you're on Xbox. So for sure run tap, because all you gotta do is tap B or tap the right stick in. Automatic tactical sprint, highly recommend this as well. I think you have it on disabled is the default, but for sure run automatic tactical sprint, so you just have to move your left stick forward and you'll tactical sprint. Alright, so for the graphics, it won't look exactly like my game does, just because I run different settings on my monitor as well as my recording software. But for camera movement, you're going to run least, which is 50%. World and weapon motion blur, you're going to want to disable those, as well as film grain, put that down to 0. Dismemberment and gore effects, really you can run whatever you want. I run disabled. Brightness, use the things off to the right to figure out what you should run that at. I go like 55, just to keep it a little bit more bright. On-demand texture streaming, I run high quality, but I have the Xbox Series X, so run whatever your console best can. I mean, even if it's old gen consoles, it worked for me when I just had my Xbox One. For the interface, subtitles I've disabled. I don't run a colorblind type. I used to run Tritanopia, but really, you can try these two out, see what you like. I just run disabled. For these, you really can just copy. But audio, this is a big thing. Boost high or boost low. Try both of these, figure out which one you prefer. I prefer boost high, but I know a lot of people that prefer boost low. Master volume, I put that at 100. Music volume, if you really want to hear the music, you can turn that up, but I have it at like 2. Dialogue 25, effects 100, and cinematics 100. Juggernaut music I have enabled. Modern Warfare sound effects, disable mono audio, and then voice chat you can pretty much have it default, except I do have voice chat volume at 250. Alright, now we're going to kind of get into the basics here. So, first thing is slide canceling. Alright, so why you're going to want to use this is to reset your tactical sprint. Your tactical sprint is when you're running like this with your gun up. And then when you're out of tactical sprint, you'll start running like this, alright? You never want to run like this. To reset your tactical sprint, which is this, you're going to want to slide cancel. So slide canceling is crouch, crouch, A. That first crouch is going to get you to slide, so pretty much slide, crouch, A. Slide, crouch, A. Slide, crouch, A. Alright? And that'll keep it so you're running like this the whole time. You never run out of attack sprint, pretty much. Alright, so the next thing we're going to go into is YYing and why some people use it. First of all, I mean, there's a few things for it. It's flashy. It makes your movement look a little bit flashier, you know. But also, say you're fighting someone and you start accidentally reloading, you can YY and go back to shooting. Alright? Of course, if your magazine isn't all the way empty. So, say I'm shooting someone, going to reload, they pop out, I can go back to shooting. Alright? Reloading, YY, go back to shooting. Alright? That's another reason. The third reason is it kind of just, you know, keeps your hands active. You're always ready to fight someone. So, those are like the three main reasons. How you're going to want to YY is pretty simple. It's right in the name. You double tap Y, and then if you're on PS4, PS5, I believe it's triangle. You triangle, triangle. So, it just looks like this. That's why people's gun goes back and forth. It's not as much of a necessity as I'd say slide canceling. But, you know, combine them together, it looks pretty cool. Alright, the third basic would be drop shotting. Drop shotting is pretty simple. It's just going into the prone position and shooting someone. You know, you can slide, prone, start shooting at someone, right? Pretty simple there. How you're going to want to do it is, you know, for me, right stick is my, you know, prone, slide, crouch button. You just hold your crouch button all the way down and start shooting at someone. We'll get more into that when we talk about how to use cover. Alright, so another little move we're going to talk about is snaking. Snaking is very common in Warzone with like plating up while keeping your eyes on the enemy, right? So say I'm hiding behind this. Snaking would be constantly re-peeking this, right? So you're going to go prone and then peek back up. This is why automatic tack sprint is also very helpful, okay? Because you can go prone and then kind of crouch up, but also, you know, and sprint up. And you, of course, you could go forwards and backwards with this, but kind of moving your left stick in a circle, so you're not just peeking up the same way here. You're kind of, you know, arcing it over, right? Alright, so the next thing we're going to talk about is bunny hopping. Bunny hopping is pretty much double jumping, but like with a little bit of an extra boost into a direction. So how you're going to want to do it is you're going to want to run, jump, and then when you jump and that first time you hit the ground, you're going to aim in and jump again right when you hit the ground. Alright? So you're going to run, jump, aim in, and jump again. Run, jump, right when you hit the ground, press A again, or press X if you're on PS4, PS5, and jump again, alright? Come around a corner, double jump. It's just, bunny hopping is pretty much just double jumping with a little bit of an extra boost sometimes. You get them, if you get it perfectly, you know, you're going to get a better boost than other times. That one's better than something like that, right? So let's say I want to jump right here, right? I bunny hop from here all the way to here. That's going to throw the enemy's aim off a lot, right? They see you jump off, and then immediately you burst out that way. They're not really ready for that. They may track you, like right here, and then you burst out there. You can easily hit this enemy and easily kill them faster than they can kill you. Alright, so the next thing we're going to talk about is centering. So centering is pretty much your placement of your crosshairs, so that you're always ready for someone to be there. So you're going to keep those placed wherever you think there might be an enemy, right? Say I think there's an enemy in this container. I see someone run into that container. I'm going to come around this wall with my crosshairs centered on this area. that gives you the most likelihood of hitting your first shots, because you come around that, you're already centered, all you gotta do is aim. Instead of bad centering, which would be I come around this and then I gotta aim towards there, or I come around this looking like this and then I gotta look there and shoot, right? Alright, so how I would practice centering is in the warm-up that I'm gonna talk about later, is run a hip fire build and work on only hip firing enemies. You know, that'll work on that crosshair placement for where you think your enemies are going to be, and you'll be able to shoot accurately, you know, with a hip fire build. Alright, next thing we're going to talk about is breaking cameras or breaking ankles. Pretty much, I mean, it's kind of hard to explain, but pretty much it's just putting together those moves to stay out of someone's vision, right? Really, it's thinking about what the other person is going to do next. Say I got an enemy running at me this way. I may slide behind cover and slide out when they're turning that way and slide, you know, slide back and stay out of their vision while firing at them. So a really good one of those camera breaking maneuvers, say this is my enemy, would be slide past them, slide back, or slide past them, jump back, bunny hop. You know, right? They're going to shoot at you here, then you jump back real fast. You know, you're covering this much distance before they even sometimes can comprehend that you're going this way. So really what breaking cameras is manipulating what the other person is thinking, and then, you know, do something to counter that, right? Make them think you're going one way, turn around and go the other. Alright, the next thing we're going to talk about is cover, how to use it. This is going to combine all those, I'm going to say, skill moves, and put them together, you know, to beat your enemies. Let's say I got an enemy there, right? They're hitting me. I go behind this cover. What do you think they think I'm going to do next? Peek right there, right? They think that's my next move. Or peek right here. They don't expect me to, oh, I get hit and then instantly challenge out this way. Hit that piece of cover, right? You never just want to bunny hop out into the open, really. I'm going to go behind this box so I can change my direction and go out this way, you know? Then it doesn't look like I'm not going to use this box and go out like this. You could go this way, go out this way, and then back out here. You never want the enemy to know what you're going to do next, right? Never let them know your next move. Alright, the next thing with using cover would be for drop shotting, right? I'm going to slide here, use this cover, drop shot right here. This covers half my body. Use that cover to your advantage, right? Also, when you're turning a corner, you have no idea who's on the other side. Say you're turning down a hallway, you got no idea who's coming down the hallway. This is an easy way to check, right? That or bunny hop, you know, slide out. Always use cover though. Alright, so now we're going to talk about how I warm up. You're going to do one of two maps. You're either going to do Speedball or Shoot House, because these both have a lot of structure and are relatively smaller maps. For the mode, you're going to go Team Deathmatch, but I'm going to show you how to create a My mode. For game rules, so you're going to go time limit, you're going to go unlimited. Score limit, you're going to go like 150, 200. Go 5 seconds here in enabled here, so you can kind of get into the match quick. If you really want to work on headshots, you can enable headshots only, which would be over in gameplay, headshots only. You know, if you're a hardcore player, of course, you can set it to hardcore. Bot setup, for a map, I'd say like Speedball, I would go about 7 or 8. 7 or 8 recruit bots. If you're doing Shoot House, go 11. Make sure they're recruit, because really this is working on your aim and movement for warming up before you hop into a Warzone game. Alright, so that's about it for the movement guide. Of course, if you guys have any questions, let me know in the comments. I more than likely will make another one of these in the future with added stuff. But yeah, let me know any questions, anything about my settings, and I'll be sure to reply to you real quick. But appreciate y'all. Thank you for 1K again, and I'll see you in the next one.